Hey everybody, it's Patrick here, and I'm doing the reading for Taurus, your love life for the month of mid-April through mid-May 2018. So, what we're going to do, first of all, happy birthday to those of you whose birthdays will be happening at the end of this month. Happy birthday to all of you. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your views, your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions. I thank you so much. Please make sure to like the videos because I'm going to start doing readings based on likes. So, like it's not right away, but I'm just saying as we start to get more likes on, um, I'll be using likes to weigh things along with the birthday month and as the spirit sees, as directed by the spirit. So make sure you like and share and make your comments. And thank you so much for your email requests, readings, and whatever. Thank you so much. If you'd like to ask a question of me, one question at the Instantgo app. And for those of you who have Apple products, I'll answer you. Ask a question in text form, and I'll answer you back in text form. Okay. For those of you who are interested in private readings, I take payments through the PayPal app, and you can send me an email with your information, your name, your date of birth, um, and the name and date of birth of anyone that you're interested in. Um, and please, if I'd appreciate it if you put male or female, just to make sure that I am picking up on the right energy, because some of us have such androgynous names, and I don't want to offend anyone. So please, be gender specific with me. um, and just remember, as far as these general readings go, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate with you. They may resonate with some parts and in other parts not. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's just not resonating with you. But some messages are general messages that we all need to hear. Okay, so whether the rest of the message generates with you, if there's anything that comes out that's specific to a certain situation that's not yours, don't worry about it. But there's still messages and information that you may need. So, and if they don't resonate with you, or even if they do, please feel free to share them with your friends. Okay, because the whole thing is that we need to get these messages out. So, what we're going to do is try a new love bite. And we're going to be using these cards that are called the goddess cards, the goddesses and sirens, and the gods and the titans. The gods and titans are for the male energies, and the goddesses and sirens are for the female energies. And these are both by Stacey DeMarco and Jimmy Manton. Okay, so those will be followed at the end for our oracle with Alana Fairchild, Sacred Rebels. And we will also be getting information from the Hidden Realms, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and these are by Colette Baron. Colette Baron Reed writes the Postcards from Spirit, and Alana Fairchild does Journey of Love. Okay, so so what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to get one card for the male energy and one card for the female energy. And then we're going to get two of the romance angel cards for each of the energies. And then we'll get further information from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. So let's see, first of all, for our males. Now, this does not necessarily have to be a couple. It could be. But right now, this is just you who are watching. If you have masculine energy, this is you. And for those of you who have feminine energy are watching, this would be for you. Right? This may or may not be a couple. that may or may not become evident during this reading. Okay, so no, one card. Thank you, Spirit. Right, and please make comment. 5. One card, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. Taurus feminine energy for the month. Period of time between mid-April to mid-May 2018. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Taurus, female energy. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. The time period between April. Thank you. Okay. All right, so the energy that we have gotten for our male energy, the goddess, hello, the god, the titan that we've got for our male energy is Mithras. Sacrifice. This could be a Leo, or at least a fire sign energy, perhaps. Yeah, this may be a fire sign energy. I'm getting that because of the wand, that golden tint on the top of his shield, and that red crown on his helmet. I'm thinking it, and this thing here made me think of a sign of Sagittarius, Scimitar. So this could be a fire sign, it could be a Leo, it could be a Sagittarius. Oh yeah, it could be a Aries too, right? Okay. All right, so this could be, not necessarily. Could be a male around you who is a fire sign, maybe Taurus. Maybe you have fire in your chart. And for the females, you got Hecate, illumination. And illumination, I see this also as a fire sign. Could be a water sign too. So there could be a woman around you who, or you, could have water or fire in your chart. Illumination. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's see what the book says about our hero, Mithras. Talks about sacrifice. What are you sacrificing? What is he sacrificing? Mithras asks us to consider the code of honor that calls for fairness and justice above all in the battlefield. While most of us are not involved in an actual war, many of us engage in different types of battles, and on sports fields, in relationships, or even in a debate. So the message is the same: fairness and justice. So fight fair. He is a deity of action, of honor, and of sacrifice, and his mysteries were passed initially from initiate to initiate. It says here, examine the balance between healthy sacrifice and being totally selfless. Consider establishing a code of honor and harmony. There's little agreement about the true origins of the cult of Mithras. This is partly due to its hidden nature and the way its rites and rituals were communicated through a secretive, hierarchical structure. Whether Mithras is a god created in Persia, India, or the ancient Roman Empire, he is a deity of action, honor, and sacrifice, and his mysteries were passed carefully from initiate to initiate. What we know from the dark holy caverns left behind is that men, numbering no more than 40 at a time, met in the deepest wombs of the earth and conducted worship and rituals to bring to life the symbols of Mithras. Worshippers killed a sacrificial bull. This is known as the Taurus, Tauroctomy. Tauro, so that's Taurus, right? Tauro, C, Tarot, Tony, Tony. Tarotony. Oh, so it's a bull, it's a Taurus energy. This sacrifice is a symbol of the laying down of life for a higher purpose. The snake eating its tail, Ouroboros. Oh, that's what's going on down there. Well, that's definitely a bull. Okay. Snake eating his tail. Oh, okay. Snake is eating the bull's tail. Yes. Also featured frequently around the Mithras, symbolizing a never-ending cycle of creation. Oh, that's the circle. Okay. A never-ending cycle of creation, death, and rebirth. It is said that the handshake, a signal of peace and agreement, had its origins in Mithric ritual. Oh. Mithric ritual. Okay. I know salute was part of Roman culture. That way, when you went to a gate, you were showing that you didn't have anything in your hands, that you weren't bearing any weapons. Okay, when you came upon a entrance to royalty, I guess. Salute. It's no wonder then that Mithras became popular with Roman soldiers. A god who promotes honor between men of action, represents sacrifice for the greater good, and reflects the cycle of rebirth. A god who promotes honor between men of action, represents sacrifice for the greater good, and reflects the cycle of rebirth was particularly relevant for these legions of fighting men who risked their lives for the glory of Rome. Should Mithras make himself known to you, he may be validating the sacrifices you are making and supporting you in your work. However, there must be a balance. Many of us continually sacrifice our own needs and become completely selfless as a result. This can breed resentment and neediness, which is extremely damaging to our own growth. So there may be a Leo, a fire sign, in your midst, Taurus, if this isn't you, who is sacrificing themselves and you're seeing this go on. Or this could be you. You may have fire in your chart. And maybe you're over sacrificing. And there's this difference between sacrificing and having honor, right? Becoming and being selfless. Mithras asks us to consider the code of honor that calls for fairness and justice above all. Whether it's in the battlefield or not. The symbols are bulls, bull's horn, stars, sun, and moon on a shield, Ouroboros, and a handshake. You can invoke Mithras to assist you in maintaining balance in situations where you may sacrifice your own needs for a time, or to help you retain honor and fairness in any battle that you are facing. This invocation is best done in a dark room or a quiet, peaceful place in nature. Light a candle and say, Great Bull of the Stars, you who were born from the earth's womb, I call thee, Mithras, star of Perseus, strong and wise, you who need no tomb. I ask thee, and then you state your issue and your intention. I make my pledge here and now in your presence for your balance, for fairness, for honor, for action, for the greatest good of all. Ave Mithras. Now shake your own hand in a bond. Take action towards your intention. If you like, you may leave a small offering for Mithras, such as a bull picture or a drawing of a star on a rock. Star on a rock. So shake your own hand. Agreeing to take care of yourself. All right. Let's take a look at Hecate, our female energy, our female goddess. And as I said, she looks like she may be fire also. And she has a key. So this is someone who may have some wisdom. I see some symbolism here in the back that could be talking about the ancestors. So this is illumination. So she may have the keys to the knowledge of the ancestors, or the keys to the underworld. Hecate, illumination. Okay, let's see what that is. Just getting hot in here. I closed the windows, cut down on the background noise. Some people still complaining about that. And now I'm burning up, and I turned off the ceiling fan too. So something's gonna have to change. I'll try a window again, I guess, instead of the fan. Okay. Let me see. Cotton. Oh. 2025. Oh. Time on stage by yourself there, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, this is our feminine energy. Doesn't necessarily mean this is a woman, but it doesn't mean that it's not. It's just if you embody more of the feminine energy, it could just be for this month. I'm saying pay attention to both messages. Illumination. Examine your darker aspects. You are being shown a way forward. Your path is illuminated. There is no need to feel lost or indecisive. Something that has been lost to you will be found. The Greek goddess Hecate is possibly one of the most mysterious of all the Greek goddesses and one of the most loved and feared. Said to be the daughter of Titans Perseus, with destruction, and Asteria, with the stars, Hecate is a goddess of witches, night, and of illumination. Perhaps the most famous of stories featuring Hecate is that of Persephone's abduction. After Hades whisked Persephone away into the underworld, okay, so that's why it looks like she has the keys to the underworld. Her mother, Demeter, went looking for her, but alas, she could not find her. In her grief, Demeter stopped paying attention to the fertility of the earth, causing a deadly winter. Hecate took her twin flaming torches and descended into the underworld in search of Persephone. Persephone had eaten while in the underworld, so she had to spend 6 months a year with Hades, with Hecate as her companion, and 6 months above ground with Demeter. Hecate and her torchlight guided Persephone in her underworld travels. Hecate is a goddess of the dark underworld, and paradoxically is a torchbearer who brings the light to the same darkness. Illuminating the darkest pathways, this magnetic goddess invites you to travel the shadows with her, but only under her wise guidance. Hecate is often pictured standing at the crossroads with a three-headed dog, past, present, and future. So she is the ideal goddess to call upon if you feel lost, you don't know which direction to turn, or are working to improve yourself. An increasing number of modern people honor Hecate, and those who wish to learn more about the witchcraft tradition should ask her assistance in their learning. Hecate is a goddess of the underworld, and so a source of fear. She is of the dark, and this can be challenging energy if you are only used to working with lighter energies. She is said to honor those who honor her, but is not particularly interested in those who do not seriously examine their shadow sides as well as the craft itself. Hecate often teaches through tough love and challenges. Hecate often teaches through Hecate often teaches through tough love and challenges. Okay, and challenges you to go that one step further. Okay, Hecate often teaches through tough love and challenges you to go that one step further. Okay. While you while you want to dig deep and consider darkest things in your personality, working with Hecate, you do not want to become bogged down in this darkness. After all, Hecate is a torchbearer as well, so immersing yourself in darkness for long periods of time is not the key to working with her. Her symbols are torches, maiden with 3 heads or bodies, a white dress, keys, snakes, polecat, black dogs, 3-headed dog. Her invocation. If you have not worked with Hecate before, it is wise to take it slowly. As I approach the crossroads, I often like to call her name 3 times out loud. You will often hear a dog bark or wind rise or whistle as you do this. This shows that she is present. You need 3 red candles, some good quality ground incense, some frankincense, and some dog fur. Just pat a dog and collect the hair. So don't go around gathering things from dogs unnecessarily. Just pat them, comb them, brush them, use that hair. Save the hair up, put it in a Ziploc bag for some other time when the dog isn't around or you can't get to it. You may need to cast this invocation at a crossroads, such as at the edge of your property where your path meets a public sidewalk, or at the end of your street. Light the first candle and say, Great Goddess Hecate, bright-headed, twin-flamed, you who roll over the crossroads, are past, present, and future, help me now, illuminate my path, show me the way. Then you place the dog hairs at the crossroads and light the second candle and say, Great Goddess Hecate of dark and night, many named, you who visit the underworld, show me the way through, come what may. Okay. Hold on to this one. Now ask Hecate to assist you with clarity and to illuminate issues in your life. Know the goddess is listening. And light the third candle and say, I pay you tribute, almighty wife goddess. I ask that my small flame join yours, spreading light to the darkest corners of my soul. Bring me peace, wisdom, and a resolution to my problem, if it be for the good of all and your will. Now light the incense and let it burn down, relaxing the energy at the crossroads. Relaxing in the energy at the crossroads, express your gratitude, blow out the candles, and leave only the dog hairs behind. Okay, well, I guess you would want to do that when you're not too many people. But I got it. Okay, cool. All right, so this is talking about you learning to use all aspects of your power, your gifts, not to be afraid of the knowledge, just to know how to be aware of it so that you can protect yourself, but not to get bogged down in it. To remember that there is illumination as well as darkness, and both exist. One is not more than the other. They're yin and yang, right? The good and the bad, light and dark. So maybe you're having some challenges with boundaries, all right? Or making a decision, some moral dilemma maybe about what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. So this could be you, Taurus. This could be someone around you. As I said, this person could have fire in their charts also. Or air. Yeah. So let's just look about the things that are going on around us that are making us maybe feel dark. So maybe it's telling you, Taurus, the things that you have been going through over the last year or so, recently, this dark time may have brought you to a place where you had to employ some of the dark magic or go to your darker side to protect yourself and your loved ones. I think what it's saying is for you not to stay in that darkness too long. As long as you know how to access it, then you know how to go back and forth. Just like Persephone, right? She had to stay 6 months in Hades in hell because she had eaten 6 of the pomegranate seeds, right? So she spent half the year with her mother and half the year with her husband in the underworld. So Hecate will be able to light you back and forth, to escort you through the darkness and back to the light. So whenever you do, that could just be about your personality, moves, swings, things like that. Remember that you can't always be negative. I'm getting in the spirit said, every dog needs a bone. Sometimes you got to stop kicking the dog. You got to give the dog a bone sometimes. You got to pat the dog on his head in order to get some of that fur, right? So you have to learn how to temper maybe your anger with your compassion. So maybe it's asking you to be self-aware when you're dealing with certain people, Taurus. That maybe if they take you there, remember to come back. That's what it is. If somebody gets you there, don't stay there. It's just telling you you can go there, do what you gotta do to protect yourself or to get your point across or defend yourself or whatever you gotta do. But you should not stay in that energy. Not let that energy overtake your personality. Not let that energy paint you as that type of person always. Learning to control the energy and rather than letting the energy control you. All right, so that's some of the challenges that may be facing you this month. Sacrifice, learning the limits of sacrifice, learning the difference between sacrifice and selflessness, and learning where to set your boundaries, and learning how to operate within your good side and your bad side, your light and your shadow, that good angel and the bad angel. Learning when to listen to one over the other, when to employ one's powers, at what time, and then to come back to the light after you set your boundaries and said what you had to say or did what you had to do. Now move on and be the light worker that you are. So that was the message that I got from that. So that's pretty cool. Now let's see. Let me see if we can get some messages from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. All right, so we'll see if we can get some clarification for our male energies. The Camel Boy, taking small steps and asking for help. Okay, and that's a 33. 33 is a master number, and this is the master year. All right, let's see if we can get anything else. Asking for help. So, again, not taking up all the burden on yourself. All right, asking for help. Distributing the burden. You're not impressing anybody. Not impressing anybody or the person around you who may be doing this to himself first. Maybe you need to help him. Maybe you need to ask him if he can use a hand. Or is this something that you could some burden that he can be relieved of. Maybe you can take on some of those chores or some of those duties that he has been doing, whether it be for your behalf or the behalf of the family. Maybe he's got extra hours at work. And maybe you can, maybe you don't really need it, or you can find a way to cut back on expenses so that he can come away from having to feel that he has to do this. And the next card that came out here for our male energy was the Spiral Dancer. A circuitous route or perception. Okay, so this is like going through a maze or like a hamster wheel, I think. And maybe perception is not reality. Spiral dance. Somebody making you jump through hoops. Are you making somebody jump through hoops? Unnecessarily? Is there someone around you who is making you jump through hoops unnecessarily, Taurus? That's not what the book says. That's just what. And this is a 5, so this is talking about change. See if we can take a look at those messages. The Spiral Dancer. The Spiral Dancer moves with his own rhythm and steps to music only he can hear. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Listen. This is something important to someone. Pay attention. The Spiral Dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you are experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, the present, and the potential future. All relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share. Even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions, all the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to be stumbling. The Spiral Dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. Okay. So, we also know that 5 is the number of Oshun. Right? Oshun is the goddess in the Orisha pantheon that represents love. She's the Orisha of love. So this is change, love. So there's maybe something changing about your relationship, your love relationship, Taurus. And where you see that you're just going in circles, you're actually ascending. So this may be a test. Now, in the challenge to you, it seems as if you're getting caught out of breath, going in the wrong direction. Sometimes you're so busy dancing to your own tune that you find yourself out of step with everyone else. Perhaps now is the time to regroup, to sit down and rest for a while until the rhythm calls you to the dance again. The spiral dancer is a gentle one. So be still and know that you're always loved. If your question is about a relationship, don't be too assertive now. This is the time to be receptive and allow someone else to take the lead and show his or her true nature to you. At the same time, be careful of being manipulated. You will know the truth about your situation early if you sit this dance out and observe. So again, this is talking about you giving maybe too much of yourself. This is for my Taurus masculine energies, but this could pertain to feminine energies also. Giving too much of yourself, allowing someone to pull your strings because you think that that's the right thing to do. You think that that's what's expected of you, and that's the manly thing to do. Well, let's find out what the Camel Boy has to say about that. Number 33. When the Camel Boy becomes your ally, he reminds you when the Camel Boy becomes your ally, he reminds you that asking for help will bring in the right people to ease the burdens in your life. Perhaps a wise person appears to give you good advice. Maybe you're moving and suddenly a couple of friends offer to give you a hand with your packing. Or you want information about someone and you just happen to run into his former partner who gives you the knowledge you need to make the decision that you've been weighing. No matter the issue, this is a sign that if you ask, you will receive what you need. Synchronicity is engaged when you request assistance. Synchronicity is engaged when you request assistance. Camel Boy never lets you down when you ask for help in lightening your load. Now is the time to do so and to expect to get it. The Camel Boy challenges you to stop the course of action you're on and get busy with mundane chores. Nothing can happen right now to move you forward in your inquiry any more quickly. This is the time to chop wood and carry water. Attend to your home, wash your cats, and declutter your closets. A spring cleaning is in order. You may also need a spring cleaning of your thoughts. Meditation would help too. That said, if you do all the small things now, the big ones are accomplished as if by magic. And always when you've stopped trying to do it all at once and all by yourself. Another message is a warning to stop attempting to accomplish everything single-handedly, expecting that no one will ever come to help. Try letting them help. Now is the time to relinquish control. So this is also about giving up control issues. So that could be your challenge, that you are sacrificing a lot, but you're getting some kind of extra satisfaction out of it, not because you're sacrificing so much as this makes you feel like you're in control. And sometimes sometimes if you do that, especially I think for masculine energies, you need to feel in control. And if things are going on around you, if you think that things are spiraling out of control around you, then you do want to stay busy so that it looks as if you're doing something. It keeps you from tuning into what really is the problem, from your fears. It might keep you from addressing the situation that has you afraid. Taurus. There may be something that's going on around you that is spiraling out of control. And so the only thing that you can do is to stay busy and be everything to everyone so that you don't get a chance to think. Because when you slow down, the reality of what's going on and really starts to hit you. And you're not comfortable with that right now. That's for someone specifically, or maybe for a few of you. But it may do you better. You may be better served, Taurus, if this is you, interfacing what it is that you're afraid of and asking for help. And it doesn't have to just be help with the chores. Maybe it's help from some counseling. Maybe you need some outside assistance. And you can always ask your ancestors to help you. You can always call on the divine to give you a way to lighten your load. But you can't be afraid to ask for help. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to ask for help for fear that if you release some of these burdens, you'll have too much time to think. That's avoidance. That's what that is. That's avoidance. So I think that's something that you may need to look at. Pray about it. Ask for the help that you need. And you're robbing other people their chance to learn some lessons and do some things and feel useful. Maybe they wanted to do something to make their minds busy so they don't have to keep thinking about whatever it is that's going on. Because I'm getting the feeling there's something going on around you, maybe in your household or something like that, and maybe you are trying to handle everything on your own and you're not asking your partner or a family to help you with it. You're taking on too much, I think. And sooner or later, that's going to show on you. That's not a good idea. So please, Taurus, if this is you, pay attention to what it is that's going on and ask for help, whether you think you need it or not. Do it for the other people. Because you're no good to anybody if you're all burnt out at the end. Really. And like I said, other people may want to have the opportunity to contribute something too, but you're not giving them the opportunity to at least try. Okay, so that's for our male energies. Let's take a look at what's going on for our feminine energies. Can we get some cards? Thank you so much. Can we get some cards of advice or direction? Situation that is confronting our feminine energies for the time period between now and now in mid-May. Now, April 2018 through mid-May 2018. Okay, we got two cards for you here. First card came here was number 34, the Winged Wise Ones. This talks about angelic help and miraculous aid. All right, so Number 34, 3 and 4, 7. So this is divine messages. A task that's been completed with the help of the ancestors, or a miracle that came to bring a situation to a close, to a conclusion, or to a conclusion, to a close. To balance, something that was brought to balance for you with the help of your ancestors, or a miracle of some kind. And the second card that came here was the High Lady of Love and Compassion. It talks about reverence, kindness, and consideration. Okay, so are you being very courteous to someone? Or are you being asked to be more courteous to someone this month, Taurus? And that's the number 1 card. So this is a new beginning. Okay, so this is starting something new for you. Maybe this is a new way of behaving that they're trying to get you to take on. All right, maybe they're telling you don't have to always be in the darkness. Maybe you can come out here and be in the light sometime. Yeah. Show more of your feminine side, maybe. Be a little more compassionate with some situation that you may be dealing with. Be more considerate. Being a high lady of love and compassion. Let's see what that's talking about. Number 1. Y'all might hear my neighbors. They're having, they went to church in their home. See, I was telling people to have church in their houses. I said that before on one of the videos. Okay, here we go. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. When the High Lady of Love and Compassion chooses you to be her friend, she brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifestation, out of the unseen into the material. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion. Generosity of the heart, reverence, respect, and empathy for all living things bring you profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Love, compassion, and kindness to all things must be impulse behind your thoughts, feelings, and actions, when your intention is to create a prosperous and abundant life. Unconditional love will be returned tenfold. The High Lady also reminds you that when she chooses you to be her ally, she brings you evidence that you're loved. All manner of synchronicities align in your favor. If your question refers to a relationship, you're required to think of the other person and inquire what is in his or her highest good. Give selflessly without asking for or expecting anything in return, and let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. The challenge: when the High Lady of Love and Compassion appears as your challenge, she gently reminds you to snap out of self-centeredness The ego has set a sneaky trap for you. You may have forgotten that to create an abundant life, you must be conscious of how your choices impact those around you. Are you trying to manipulate others to get what you want without consideration for them? Is it possible that your good intentions are about helping too much, enabling another person to remain the same, and preventing his or her growth? Sometimes it's better to let others hit bottom with their own suffering rather than trying to make it easier for them. Sometimes you need to be cruel to be kind. Be conscious that you aren't alone in this world. Begin to behave as if God in all life, in every person, matters. Remember that the living world is a sacred community and you're magical and important in it, but you are not the only one that counts. The High Lady of Love and Compassion is waiting to guide you and to be your friend and ally. Think first of others, and she will orchestrate your ultimate success. Okay, so this talks about being empathetic and compassionate and kind, and remembering that this is not always about you. So I'm just going to say this so I don't forget. In case this is a relationship with two energies, maybe this is something some people may embody both of these energies within a couple. And I think what it's telling you is to maybe give a hand to this dude over here because he's having a hard time. And do it with compassion, not expecting to get anything back for it. Meant something to somebody, I guess, because I said it, and it came to me to make sure I did not go past saying that. So, if this is going on in your life, Taurus, this is you and your mate, he needs a hand. He needs some help. It'll be in your best interest to try to help. Number 34, the winged wise ones. Cute, 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 cute. Beautiful. Okay. So always allies and never challengers. The winged white ones represent the aids of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. This also represents divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform as if by magic. Ashe, amen. Amen. Ashe. Thank you. Have faith, whatever your circumstances. Heavenly beings are watching over you. The winged wise ones give you a glimpse of the future by offering messages whispered on the wind. They are translated within you as inspired thought, instantly unraveling the past and revealing the present. Oh my goodness, this mic is not plugged in. Please Lord tell me. Oh my. That's not the thing. Excuse me, folks. Okay, we'll see in a minute. Be aware of the highest consciousness. Be aware of the higher consciousness within you. This is a good time to observe your thoughts through meditation. Who is observing those thoughts? That self is kin to the winged wise ones who have come to help you soar. Wow. So there's a healing and a protection from the angels. So this, okay, so I'm getting a scenario here about someone who is ill, perhaps, and that could be the feminine energy and the masculine energy in their life is going above and beyond to be helpful and compassionate and maybe doing too much. So Taurus, if you are this female energy, if you're strong enough to take some of the burden off, then you should do that. And if you're not, then I think that you should pray not only for your own healing, Ashe, but for his strength and his help, and for someone to come and help him. He needs someone to help him help you, is what I've just heard. So if this is a couple relationship and that's the challenge that you're facing, maybe you're pregnant and you're at the end or whatever, and you're like, you can't do too much. Or maybe it's like a multiple pregnancy, like twins or triplets or something like that. Or this could just be an illness, but expect a miracle. Believe a miracle for yourself and believe a miracle for your partner. Ashe, thank you. All right, so we're going to get the final card from the Sacred Rebels, and that's by Lina Fanchild. And it's the back of these cards here. Aren't they beautiful? I don't know if I showed you the goddess cards. And these are the god cards. Very nice. This reminds me of some man's cologne, or maybe that's gray flannel or something. Okay, back. And this Oshun is yellow. Okay, so let's see what message. One message for both our male Tauruses and our female Taurus, our masculine Taurus energy and our female Taurus energy from the Sacred Rebels guidebook. I hope this thing taped that first part without the microphone plugged in. It may have. It just may not be up loud, and then somebody will be complaining. Let me make sure it's turned. It's up to 100, folks. Whether I have this microphone in or not, because it's supposed to have a built-in microphone and built-in speakers. So we'll see. All right, can we please get one message for our Taurus brothers and sisters, our Taurus gods and goddesses, our Taurus titans and sirens. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the guidance. Thank you, April. Thank you. Thank you, April, for having patience with me. Ashe, thank you. All right, so the card that fell for you here, number 32, faith in the process. And this is a 5, and we know 5 is love. All right. Oshun again. Ashe. Thank you. So faith in the process. Hmm. Wow. And that red there, faith is written in letters there. This looks like one of those old-fashioned wagons, uh, like Rosebud. Some of the older ones will know what I'm talking about. But you know, those old wagons that we used to pile in, and somebody could pull it, or you tied to the dog or to the back of somebody's bicycle, and you had to have faith. You're riding in the cart and somebody's dragging you in that thing. Having faith in the process. Yeah. Yeah, those little red carts. What was that movie? Rosebud. Orson Welles. Famous movie about the publisher. Kane. Citizen Kane. Okay. Mm. Mm. Oh. Okay. Check that movie out one day, if you have a chance. Citizen Kane. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, so it's 32. Having faith in the process. See a little bird over there? Bird on the back. Messages from the ancestors, messages from spirit. Wow. No matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. 3 and 2 is 5 is also about changes. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. As unlikely as it may seem, the invisible help from the universe is often more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. That is because the invisible help is not limited by physical laws. It can shift, bend, and move in ways that defy limitation. It can affect, evoke, and influence situations through invisible but undeniably persuasive means. You are in a situation where you cannot set right the course of events all by yourself. This is not an indication that you have done something wrong, nor does this suggest that you are not strong enough. It is a sign that there is something bigger unfolding in your life, and your willpower will be supplemented by the power of life itself. Sometimes a bigger plan needs to manifest for the benefit of humanity and the earth. You need to shift your perspective to realize that you are part of the greater unfoldment of life, that your individual life serves the greater plan, and that you are not separate from its genius. That's what's happening now. You happen to be an instrument to the greater plan, and as such, you need to accept your position and be moved, while also being empowered and protected as you make personal progress through your role in that grander scheme. This is a time for humility and trust. You need complete faith in the process and events that are happening. There is nothing to worry about. You will be moved most fully and easily, and with the most grace and assistance through your faithful surrender. Ironically, it is through complete surrender and total faith that we become the most empowered. When we are no longer trying to impede the perfection of the greater plan, we can be aligned with and moved by the process. Having faith in the benevolence of life rather than harboring the suspicion that life is seeking to catch us out, have a joke at our expense, or carelessly toss us about as though we mean nothing, then we can relax a little. Having faith in the benevolence of life rather than harboring the suspicion that life is seeking to catch us out there, to make a joke at our expense, or to carelessly toss us about as if we mean nothing. When we have that faith, then we can relax a little. Having faith in the process gives you space to be curious about what is taking place and to relax enough to be open to what we are most in need of, even if we aren't exactly sure what that is or how it can happen. The guidance from this oracle comes direct from the greater source of life itself. There is now an opportunity for you to be moved from the situation you are currently in to the next chapter in your life story. You can't do it on your own. It's too big a shift. You need the grace of life to intervene on your behalf. You will need faith, though. You may feel as though the wheels of your trolley are coming off or that they are a bit rickety, but you must also understand that the voice of life is now coming straight to your heart with this message. I have resources you know not of. It is safe to trust in my ways and in my wisdom, for I love you and I am guiding you into that which is rightfully yours. Knowing that what is rightfully yours is what your heart truly desires, and you need not fear any loss. Nothing that is meant to come to you will be denied, and it is safe for you to let go and allow me to move you. Through faith, peace is restored, and you're able to know this, and perhaps have some fun in the process. The healing process for this oracle is, say aloud, I now ask that all disappointing experiences of the past that have led me to believe that life is not trustworthy or that faith is a silly or immature way to deal with life be released from my mind, my body, and heart. I ask for help to accept that I can and will attract all that is needed into my life at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Ashe. I ask to be empowered to absolutely receive all that can assist me with gratitude and without shame or guilt. In doing so, I dedicate myself to be a clear, loving, open channel for the flow of life. I know the benefit in doing so is not limited to me, but will flow so that life can benefit others through me. I trust in this now. Through unconditional love, so be it. Ashe. You have completed your healing process. Let me repeat that. You have completed your healing process. If needed, repeat the above prayer each day to help you boost your confidence that everything can and will sort itself out, whether you feel in control or not. In fact, it can do so more easily when you don't feel in control. Ashe. I'm going to hold this up so that you can screenshot it. Healing process. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, Taurus. I hope that this time period finds you and your family well, and that you take time to appreciate one another, and that you take time to reach out in faith, and that you prepare for changes and love and creative ways to work this time together. I thank you, Taurus, for allowing me to share this message with you. And I'll look forward to doing your monthly reading at the beginning of May, and that'll be for June. So it'll be the beginning of May, but it'll be the reading for June, okay? So enjoy the rest of the month. Enjoy your birthdays, and I'll be speaking to you soon. Please let me know whether or not, any of you who have been watching may have seen me last week. Do I'm trying to find out which of the decks you guys really like. So I want to find out what you think about the Akashic Tarot, the Tarot of well, not the Tarot of the Orishas, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Akashic Tarot, and the Archangel Power Tarot. Let me know which of those readings, those type of readings you like better, and I'll take those into consideration when I'm deciding what other readings to do, or which other styles, which other cards to introduce. I think that I'm pretty much got all the cards. Well, stop. I think I pretty much got all the cards that I'm going to be using for now. I already have them. There's still some that we haven't used, that we've opened but we haven't utilized, like that vice versa deck. But we'll see about that. And we will be pulling the Tarot of the Orisha deck out as the weeks progress. But I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think about these cards. And I will be talking to you all soon. And I'll be praying for you guys. And please pray for me and my family, as I will be praying for yours. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you all soon. This was your Love Bite. Thank you. Bye.